Hello everyone. Welcome to Recaps Now. Let's begin the story of the fantasy movie Inuyashiki. Spoilers ahead. The movie starts with a family coming into the scene, and the head of the family, Ichiro, is also seen, who had built a house with a lot of hard work. But Ichiro's family doesn't value him at all. They think of Ichiro as being a mad and useless person, though Ichiro used to work hard all day just for the sake of the family's happiness. But they neither valued nor respected Ichiro one bit. Ichiro's kids felt embarrassed in accepting him as their father. They thought that Ichiro had not done anything at all in his life, nor has he built anything for them. They also thought that it was due to Ichiro only, that none of their desires were being fulfilled. As a result, Ichiro had gone into his shell, but the family members did not understand this. They seemed to have forgotten the fact that Ichiro had grown old, and the kids should now take the responsibility of the house, but the kids were negligent of their responsibility. Furthermore, they blamed Ichiro for everything. Even after all this, Ichiro was always seen working hard. And even after having a family, Ichiro was forced to live a lonely life. We then see that, as Ichiro was a simple man, so nobody used to respect him even at work, nor did he have any friends. Because of all this, suddenly one day Ichiro fell sick, and when he goes to the hospital for checkup, the doctors tell him that he was suffering from cancer, and he has very little time to live. Ichiro tries to convey this to his family, but his family does not pay heed to it. And all the family members were busy in their own life. Just then, Ichiro befriends a dog. The dog was very loyal to him. When Ichiro's wife gets to know about this, then Ichiro's wife orders him to get rid of the dog, but the dog would not leave Ichiro. Now we see that Ichiro brings the dog to the park in order to part ways from it. While in the park, Ichiro observes a very strange spaceship. We then see that the spaceship falls on them even before Ichiro could understand anything, and Ichiro dies. After this, the movie goes into a flashback. We then see happenings in the mind of Ichiro, and just within seconds we see Ichiro is revived and goes back to his house, taking the dog along with him. After returning home, he finds everything strange. We see that he is performing tasks which he never did with great ease. He also felt a strange form of energy within himself. Just then, he looks at his hands. At the same time, one of his nails break off. We are then shown that Ichiro has 2 USB pins inserted inside the nail. Then we see that when he touches his neck, his face comes off, and just like that, his arms also become unjumbled. Now he understood that all this was happening because of the crash landing he had encountered from the spaceship. As a result, he had turned into a machine. Here we see another boy named Hiro, who was also present in the park on that fateful day, and he is also turned into a machine. But we see that Hiro understands the changes within him very early. And soon he became adapted to his newfound power. Hiro had the ability to shoot just by using his fingers. We also see that he could control any electronic device with great efficiency. Next, we see that he informs his friends of his newfound powers. Hiro was a lonely boy. His family consisted of his mom only. We see that his father left them for another woman in lieu of wealth. This is why Hiro wanted to keep his mother happy forever, but they were not financially solvent. As a result, he could not do anything even if he wanted to. This was the war that had almost engulfed him, and whenever he saw a happy family, he felt angry and jealous. On the other side, we see Ichiro, who was now aware of his powers. He notices how he could heal a pigeon within a blink of an eye. Just then, Ichiro hears a cry. We see Ichiro reaches a hospital by following the noise. Once there, he sees that a lady's son is about to die, and he uses his powers to heal the boy. Now Ichiro determines that he would use his powers to help others. On the other hand, Hiro decides to annoy people with his powers. We then see how he disturbs 3 boys in his college. His friends also begin to feel terrified by him. Now he had started to think that he was a king. Now he had also started planning on how he would take revenge from the ones that wronged him. Then we see that he goes to his father and starts killing his family members. Here we see that for some reason he does not kill them and begins to return home. Then he hears a family laughing while he was returning home. Hiro loses his cool at this and he kills all the members of that family. This news spreads like fire, and his friends understand that Hiro had committed the murders. Because only Hiro could accomplish such a deed. Due to this, Hiro loses his friend. Now, Hiro was all alone. Here we also see Ichiro is also not happy due to something. Here we see that Ichiro pleads his boss to save his job. Afterwards, we see that he goes home and informs him that their son was not willing to pursue college anymore. And the daughter also wanted to shift colleges. The most shocking thing that Ichiro finds out is that his wife was in a relation with another man, but poor Ichiro stays mum about it. Conversely, he says that everyone had the right to live their own life. And a man has the right to live his or her life in the way they please. After this, he tells his son not fear anybody. He also advises his daughter to make her career in arts. Now we see in spite of all the wishes being fulfilled, the kids still find fault in Ichiro. To this, Ichiro feels sad and sits in a corner of his room when he hears a voice crying. It was the voice of Hiro's friend. He was worried for Hiro. This was because Hiro was in the wrong path. Now we see Ichiro wanted to reach there quickly, and in all the hurry his robotic wings appear. Then we see that Ichiro fly to Hiro's friend. And when he reaches Hiro's friend, he informs Ichiro about everything. He says that it is you who can stop Hiro, but Ichiro did not possess any fighting skills. Now we see Hiro's friend helps Ichiro. Then we see how Ichiro consumes electrolytes but his system rejects it. On the other side we see police captures Hiro, but Hiro does not give in and he starts shooting everyone and escapes. After this he goes to his friend, but now everyone knew Hiro. He was now most wanted and everyone berated his mom and she commits suicide. When Hiro hears this he becomes angry and shattered. Now he targets all those people who had spoken against him. He hacks their devices and starts killing them. But Ichiro knew that Hiro was behind all this. Thus, he advises his family to stay away from all sorts of electronic device, but none of the family members would listen to Ichiro. On the other side we see Hiro was planning to kill everyone in some other manner. Just then, Hiro's friend arrives in the scene, and though she knew all about what Hiro was up to yet, she supports him. She believed that Hiro would mend his ways soon and everything would be back to normal. Here we see Hiro becomes emotional and decides to leave this path. Meanwhile, the police arrives and fires at Hiro. Hiro was not worried about himself, because he could not be harmed, but he was worried about his friend. Here we see Hiro tries his best to save his friend, but still she gets shot and dies. Seeing his friend was dead, Hiro is enraged and broken and vows to destroy the world. And he hacks all the available screens, like monitor, mobile, etc. In this way he starts killing everyone and a turmoil is created throughout the city, and everyone was seen running for cover. Elsewhere, those who were still safe thought it was all a joke. This included Ichiro's kids. Now we see Ichiro in action as he also hacks the screens with the help of Hiro's friend and sends a caution message to forego their electronic devices. Everyone follows the same and we see that the death rate was reducing. Then we see Hiro unleash his evil powers and he fires missiles on all the buildings. Seeing all this, Ichiro goes to Hiro and confronts him. A great fight takes place between them. During the fight we see Hiro trying to throw the pilot of a helicopter from it, but Ichiro saves him. Now Ichiro tries to run away from Hiro, as he was not as powerful as Hiro. Then we see Ichiro traps Hiro and makes him drink the electrolyte, but as Hiro's body was now technologically advanced, the electrolyte does not affect him. We then see that Ichiro takes Hiro to space where the salt water starts affecting Hiro, and he begins to lose his powers, and this is when Ichiro attacks Hiro. Then he goes to his daughter and saves her life, by means of electric shocks, and Hiro again reaches there and beats Ichiro badly. Then Hiro attacks Ichiro's daughter and throws her from the top off the building. Here we see Ichiro plead Hiro to spare his daughter, but still Hiro throws her. Now we see that Ichiro generates a strange sort of power and finishes of Hiro using all his might and saves his daughter. After this, everything returns to normal in the city, and Ichiro's family also starts to value and respect him. In the post-credits of the movie we see Hiro is still alive. Thus, the movie ends.